The Golden slept curved around the newborn every night. The grandmother noticed the room temperature. The pediatrician said he figured out what we put in textbooks. Goldie was a 5-year-old Golden Retriever, warm, deliberate, the kind of dog who has opinions about where everyone in the household should be at any given time, and acts on those opinions with gentle persistence. Newborn baby Theo had been home for 4 days when Goldie chose her position. She curved herself around the outside of Theo's Moses basket on the floor, her warm body against the woven side, her head positioned so her nose was near the basket opening. Not in the basket. Around it, a warm living frame of dog. Her grandparents, Doris and Harold, were staying for the first 2 weeks. Doris was the one who noticed. She noticed on day 5, the room felt warmer near the basket. Not the room, the basket vicinity. She mentioned it to Harold. He said, "Goldie's a furnace. Of course it's warmer there." Doris put her hand 6 inches from the basket side. Warm. She put her hand 6 inches from the basket on the opposite side where Goldie was not. Slightly cooler. She mentioned it to her daughter, the baby's mother. At the morning coffee, her daughter said, "She's just settled there. She's warm." Doris said, "She's warm specifically on one side and not the other, and she moves to maintain that position whenever I move her." At Theo's 2-week pediatric appointment, Doris was the one who mentioned it while her daughter was feeding Theo. The pediatrician, Dr. Kwame Osei, listened. He asked, "Has Theo's peripheral temperature been consistent?" They checked. It had been excellent, hands and feet staying warm, which in a winter newborn is not guaranteed. Subscribe now before the next detail, because what Dr. Osei said about newborn thermoregulation and the specific heat loss vulnerability that a large warm dog curved around a Moses basket was addressing, and what he said about Goldie specifically, is what Doris now tells every new mother she knows. Dr. Osei said, "Newborns lose body heat most efficiently through 2 mechanisms: the head, which is managed by standard bedding, and the extremities in a cool ambient environment. A Moses basket on the floor in winter has a specific vulnerability. The floor-level air is cooler than the room thermostat reading suggests, and the basket's woven sides allow airflow." He said, "A large warm dog curved around the outside of the basket creates a localized thermal buffer. The dog's body heat reduces the airflow through the basket sides and raises the temperature of the air immediately surrounding the newborn." He said, "Theo's peripheral temperature being consistently excellent is consistent with having a warm dog curved around his basket every night." He said she figured out what we put in textbooks about neonatal thermal management. She just did it with her body. Doris said, "She moves back every time we move her." He said, "Yes, she knows where the warmth needs to be. Has a dog ever chosen a position near your newborn that turned out to have a thermal benefit you hadn't considered? Tell us in the comments. Every guardian deserves to be recognized, even the ones who never ask for anything in return. If stories like this matter to you, subscribe so you never miss the next one. Theo is 3 weeks old. His temperature regulation is excellent. Goldie curves around the basket every night. Doris and Harold went home after week 2. Doris told Harold on the drive home, "The dog is smarter than the thermostat." Harold agreed. Next, the woman who thought the dog had started ignoring her grandchild. The dog had not started ignoring anyone. He had started watching something nobody else had looked at yet.